Hey, it's handsome. That was actually a good spin. We're here today. We're going to talk about the Mamiya C330, and we are going to replace the light seals today. Gave a good old CLA to the lens, and it needs light seals, so it has been sitting for a couple of months to get light seals. I was hoping to have an apprentice by now, and I do not. So I'm going to teach y'all how to change these light seals. This came out in the 1970s, and to be honest, I think it was ahead of its time because this is one of the very few TLRs that have interchangeable lenses. To me, that is so rad. If you love 6x6 format, you're able to put on a wide angle, a telephoto, a portrait lens. You know, to me, it's pretty rad. Then on top of that, the glass they had, a lot of thorium, so you can see the coating on the glass. Pretty rad. Yeah, there was a C3. This one was lighter and a self-timer. Oh yeah, you could do 120 and 220 with this. So when there was 220 available, great time in history. First and foremost, let's take the lens off because we're going to be dealing with some gooey stuff. So there's going to be a lever right here. You're going to push that down, and then you're going to push down and over with the knob sticking out there. Don't do that. And then you just lift her out. You can set her upside down the other way. You can put her any way you want to. All right, now, before we do that, let's talk about these tools of the day. Got my curved scraper, broken scraper, then good old wood. I always suggest to newbies and beginners and stuff like that, wood is the best. It will not damage anything. Round curved tweezers, sounds funny. Pretty sure that's gonna be it. And then of course you're gonna have your good old light seals, but once we get there we'll talk more about the light seals. But before that, we need to get to scraping. All right, that was bad. Get some stuff out of the way that are basics, but if you don't know, you'll be YouTubing this just to take that back off. There is a silver piece right here with ridges cut in it. You're gonna push that to the right, and then the back will just pop up. You know, there is an arrow stating to push that, but some people try to twist it, you know, stuff like that. All you need to do is push it over. You can see, I'll do it with tweezers so you can see. Oh my goodness, Billy, it opened. Boom, shaka, laka. All right. Now, if you just bought yours at a thrift store, which, come to find out, a lot of people do that. One thing I like to do is just remove this back in general. And if you don't know, you don't know. But there is a lever right here in between these two pole holders. So you're going to push this metal lever to the left, and then you're going to slide them out. See how you have these two pieces that sit in here? So to put it back, you're going to put tension on that piece of metal right there, and but we will come back to that. Going on, get your alcohol. It may be early, it may be late for you, but it's always time for alcohol. The debris of the light seals, they just be chilling, bro. And you need to clean them. You know what I mean? So Get you some alcohol, a little bit of Q-tip. Make sure you get the good Q-tips. Doesn't have to be expensive. They just need to be nice and firm. Can't have those limp Q-tips. Ladies, do you feel me? We're just going to go ahead and alky these things up. If they don't want to come off, go and get your wood grain. And then you definitely on the inside, you want to use the wood just because you don't want to take away the blackness on the inside. Because if you're going to resell this, or if it's for a customer, you don't want to damage the insides. Sometimes these light seal debris become one with the body, you know. And if that's the case, then you will see some discoloration and things like that. I mean, it won't mess up your picture or anything like that. So, I mean, it's not really that big of a deal. But to a collector, hey, could make or break a big C330 sale, bro. Honesty, this is a very, very cool camera. I personally like 6x6 format. I think of something like this is convenient. You know, you can just put it in your bag, bust it out, boom, take your picture, put it back up. Don't have to worry about having a crazy amount of lenses. There are literally 3 or 4 lenses. Don't forget to have your compressed air. Get that excess. All right, so we're gonna set that right over there. All right. Here comes the messy part. Oh man, I really, really don't like doing light seals. It's just so messy. Always take note where the old light seal is or was. It's pretty thick. I got a little thick, you know. You can put a little mark if you want, but you're gonna cover it regardless. Yeah, I mean. So going on and get to scraping. See how bad it is. Usually these TLRs are pretty bad. I was hoping this one had like felt, something easy you could just rip off. But this is that 1970s greatness. And if you got your wood stick, you actually get these when you order from uscamera.com. The light seals, they give you wood sticks with your sheets of the adhesive. So you can use those. Look at all that. Yummy, yummy, yummy. All right. We're going to use 2mm light seals for this because it was a thickie. All right, one more wipe. One more wipe. I'm fired. Billy, get the light seals. Like I said, we're just gonna do 2mm. If you've never seen my light seal videos, you can go look at the other ones. This is a right angle ruler. Man, that's the name of my band. Right angle ruler. All right, I said I was done. 2mm right angle ruler. Good old razor blade. All right, so remember, first, one thing I always do, practice what you preach there. I keep scraps. I don't like to throw things away. Or I don't like to throw money away. So you can tell that's about a 2mm right there. I can just eye that. see if that fits. Gee golly whiz, it actually does fit. Man, let's see if I have another one up in there. Nah, not a 2 mil. It's rare I have 2 mil like that, but I'm gonna have to cut me another one. Boom. And we're gonna need a real thick one right there. Talking about. Oh man, that's about right yonder. All right, so you can tell if this is about the size that I need. You can always gauge there. Make sure you line up. That looks a little, say about right there. Pressure here, pressure there. Boom, pressure everywhere, and you're gonna do one nice stroke. Oh my goodness. Let's see if that fits, and what do you know, it does. All right, so you can too as well line up here. Hey, you know, it's about, we want it thick. It might be a little too thick, but I don't think too thick exists. I don't like that one. I need it thicker than that. See, smooth. That is what I'm talking about right there. Boom. So I lay it in, give it a little slack, push down. I have a bend. Can you see the bend? Don't forget your fiskers. I definitely forgot to add that in the beginning. That is going to be the scissors of choice. Fiskers, sponsor me. All right. Boom. Should be a little longer than usual, but that's fine. It's better than being short. Story of my life. All right, so we got these. Boom, boom. We're going down there. We got there. Then the one that wasn't thick enough will attend here. Boom. Gave it a little bend there. Can you see my bend? Bend. But, okay. Gotcha. Make sure she's still in. She is. Boom. You got your 4 pieces. Let's do thick first. Need to cut a little bit off. Oh, wow. Sorry. I have literally been in my head. Cutting those pieces, setting them in. I apologize. I literally was in the zone. Gonna have to fast forward through that. Yeah, you want to make sure they're against the wall. Dang. Hopefully my 8 head didn't show up in there. Set them up in there against the wall. That is not against the wall. Alright. See if we can get... Yeah. Let's get up in there. Had to bust the left out real quick. Show the right how it's done. And we're going to cut, set. Let's see how this goes. Now we will remember, this middle piece is going to push this back. So we're going to push that back, slide. Now what we're looking for is a smooth pop out, just like that. No stickage. Boom, baby. And you can see we're all, man, that looks like a new suitcase, you know what I mean? It's pretty rad. Once again, thank y'all for giving me time and your ear, your eyes. Stay positive, stay focused. Peace.